Hi guys, and welcome to my new channel. Um, I know everybody else is doing this, and I it's not like anybody else isn't. But me talking about how when you suffer from anxiety and you suffer from depression and just emotional distress from either trauma or anything else like that. When you start to be in that kind of mood that you feel like you have the one, you feel like you're gonna fall in love, you feel like you're gonna be happy, you feel like you're just gonna be like your heart is gonna melt, and it's a typical timing in your life that you feel like you could be able to trust, and you feel like you can open your heart up to somebody, and that's kind of what I want to talk about. Like, my story is I ended up meeting somebody completely out of nowhere. It was a blind date through my friends, and he was good looking, my last relationship before him was nice. Don't get me wrong, it was nice. But I ended up meeting him. He ended up doing the whole spoiling situation, the taking me out to dinner, buying me things, the honeymoon phase is what I would call it. At that point, he was like, I want you. He'd call me his girlfriend, and I'm sitting there like, not yet, because of my past and my past relationships. Now, as far as things go, it took me about a month in order for me to finally be like, okay, let's give it a shot. He also accepted me for everything that I had and everything that I wanted to be in my dreams. And normally you just don't really know that. Like, you don't really find anybody that is willing to support every one of your dreams. And I told him my secrets. I felt so comfortable with him. And at that point, we were homeless. We had nowhere else to go, and that was my dropping point in my life. My dad left when I was 15, and I had an issue with certain things. So at that point, we ended up actually moving to Manila, Utah, and then we actually ended up moving to Wamsutter, Wyoming. I was working, and he was not. I don't mean to put names out there, but we got into the point in our lives where it was constantly fighting, constantly bickering, constantly just screaming back and forth, and it was toxic. But I was too blind and too vulnerable to sit there and physically get the guts to leave him. I tried leaving him multiple times, but then after about, before that, No, after that. We came back into Washington, and he ended up proposing after 7 months. Now, in my emotional state, I was too in love. I was madly in love with somebody who I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. But in all reality, my toxic relationship with the fighting and the constant bickering and basically controlling, like not going anywhere without being accused of cheating. Like, I never did that to him. And he's witnessed my depression state. He witnessed my anxiety attacks. He's witnessed a lot of things that he knew to like cut me some slack. I'm a difficult person. You have to be very patient with somebody like us who have depression and anxiety and just trauma. We planned on a wedding date. My ring was beautiful. I loved it. It didn't really matter the price either. We ended up moving back, and about a year and a half after we moved back, I did a stupid decision, and he ended up leaving me after 3 years of being together. And for somebody who you would be able to dedicate your life to and tell all your secrets to and to express everything that you've ever had in your mind that you couldn't be able to express with anybody else, that's a big step for somebody. And for them to know what you've gone through and to know exactly what your emotions are and not knowing of how to express them, I ended up, I was a nervous wreck for 7 months, and at one point in your life, you have to take control of your anxiety. You have to take control of those emotions, and you have to physically fight in order for you to push through it. And with that relationship, it was like, okay, you know what? You're gonna leave me for somebody else. That's cool, because I'm gonna focus on myself. And to that point, I finally have gotten over everything. Yes, I do still think about him, and yes, I still have love for him. But when it comes down to a relationship that toxic, you need to fight through it. You need to push yourself through it. And even though your next relationship, take that risk. That's all you really got to do, is just take that risk. Even if at one point you get hurt, but at least you know not to go after those people in that mindset, and to go after the same person that obviously treated you the exact same way that your ex did. Because they normally say that exes are exes for a reason. Am I right? Because, yes, I have dealt with so much, and that's when it was like, you gotta like push through it. Your emotions have to be completely out the window, because really you're never going to get anywhere in life unless you do you, and then you push yourself to be a better person, and you push yourself to accomplish anything in life. Because yes, I need to take my own advice. But in all reality, I don't know how to take my own advice. I just give advice. I don't take my own advice. And that's my problem. So lately, this past week, I'm focusing on me. Like, I'm starting to finally get my life back in order after 8 months of not being with somebody 24/7 of the day, and who treated me with complete disrespect. Now, it's hard. Now, I just wanted to come on here, talk about those feelings need to be focused on you. They need to be focused on your life and your passion. Follow your dream. Get a hobby. Something of the sort of accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Because literally you will not get anywhere in life unless you are dedicating your life to a guy, and especially when friendships come in between you and a guy too. Because I've had that happen, and it's not fun. So honestly, you just take my advice, everybody who is watching this video, and please follow your heart and follow your dreams, because you will not get anywhere in life unless you don't do you.